Chud the Builder. Now, I haven't talked about him in 1 to 2 months. I was trying to see if anything bigger came out about this case, and apparently some things have gotten uncovered about some of his previous crimes, and it's not looking very good for bro. I know all the commentary channels, their thumbnails are like, oh, Chud the Builder, he's cooked, but he might genuinely be grits. Like it might be over for bro, and we gonna figure out why with Chud is never getting out of jail after court uncovers more crimes. Video by Poetic Flacco. Boy, man. I've been seeing a lot of people trying to like champion him getting out. Some previous characters from previous reactions that I've done, people like Women Propaganda, Sneeko, Myron Gaines, you know, the usual racist raccoon pieces of shit, you know what I'm saying? But it's not looking good for him at all, even with these people trying to champion him getting out. But let's get into this. Let's go.
Chud is cooked. His worst nightmare came to fruition today. Oh, he is fraud. Them good folks came to that courtroom and they gave Chud everything he been asking for. Oh, they gave him everything he been wanting for, man. See, I got to admit, people, I gotta confess.
What's up?
I have to apologize to my Lord. See, when the Devils was on X, the racist playground, they made me lose faith in my Lord, man. I thought my Lord was gonna let us down. I didn't know the mighty God.
This nigga turns this shit into a preacher session. All right, Poetic Flacco. All right.
Sir, so I have to exalt him in front of the world now because I lost faith privately. When them Devils came on X and they proclaimed victory and they proclaimed that Chud will be released this week, I almost lost.
There were people saying that Chud was going to be released this week. I ain't gonna lie, after the things I've covered this week, especially with the whole the white guy that went over to a black family reunion and shot it up and got off basically scot-free. He was released on $5,000 bond and all that, and they only charged him with aggravated assault. Like, I wouldn't have been surprised if Chud somehow, some way got freed this week. It has been a non-stop, at least month of just bullshit cases going through, bro. It's crazy.
Faith in my God, but my God showed me today he's a mighty God. Chud in his racist community was confident. Oh, you couldn't tell him nothing.
Chud will hopefully be out next week. The only thing keeping him in is the failure to appear warrant, even though he was in Davidson County's custody the night before court and then was relinquished back to Montgomery County as part of what seems to be a pre-planned plot to keep him in as long as possible. Once out, Chud will be evicted from the home he's lived in for 10 years. God damn. We are looking for a new place to live, as he is now being ordered by the court to report the address of where he will be. Any donations to our fund to help fund our move and the daily expenses in the meantime is greatly appreciated. Damn. So this all goes back to what I said in my previous Chud reaction. Even if he was to get out, shit is kind of cooked for him. Like, he would have to move out of Nashville. He is literally being evicted from the home he's lived in for 10 years. Like, it's not looking good for bro. Even if he was to get out, he would have to move to like, he would have to move to Miami or something, and that's where some of these racist streamers be at.
They just knew Chud was coming home this week. They posted Chud would hopefully be out next week. The only thing keeping him in is this failure to appear warrant. Here are 10 bill bondsmen ready to bond out Chud. So that obstacle was gone, and the only thing keeping him was this failure to appear warrant in his theft case. So he goes, even though he was in Davidson County's custody the night before court and then was relinquished back into Montgomery County as part of what seems to be a pre-planned plot to keep it in as long as possible. Once out, Chud will be evicted from the home he's lived in for 10 years. We're looking for a new place to live, as he is now being ordered by the court to report the address of where he will be. When I first read that, it worried me, people, but I had to make videos with a poker face. I couldn't let you guys know that I was worried. I had to bring a poker face, because if I look worried, you guys will be worried. We had to come here with a poker face, but I thought, damn, how were they able to do this? not knowing my God had other plans. Because what was keeping Chud in was the $1 million bond. Now, some way, somehow, dumb racist white boys was able to put together their paper, man. They was able to make calls.
One thing these niggas will be able to do is put their paper behind a racist motherfucker. Instead of maybe relinquishing their paper from some of these higher up establishments, higher up companies, and, maybe doing that, might get you some leeway with what the government wants. But they don't want to hear that, though. They do not want to hear that. They don't want to hear maybe if you start pulling back your money from these things, you might start to see some change. Nope, these niggas put their money together for a racist nigga that does not give a shit about them. Period. This man does not know your name. Chud does not know who you are. And you gave 50. I've seen some people give like $5,000 to $10,000 to this nigga. What the fuck does he do? Besides chip out and be racist all the time. And y'all giving this nigga 10 bands. 10 bands?
Oh, they was able to be grassrooted. They was able to get the bill bondsman to fold and cave because we ain't making enough calls. The bill bondsman that initially said we not bonding him out, they was able to cave to them boys because they made calls every day relentlessly and bully them into stepping up to bond out Chud. So Chud,
y'all can make calls to this bail bondsman, but y'all can't make calls to a job center to try to get a job. Y'all can't make calls to your local McDonald's, your local Amazon and try to get a job. But y'all can for damn sure call up a goddamn bail bondsman for someone who doesn't know who you are. I don't get people sometimes, man. I really don't.
Had the bond package already secured according to them. He only had the arrest warrant for failure to appear because he went to jail the night before and got released like the morning of and couldn't make it. Okay. Well, he was back in court today. Now, this was something like the case that he was like appearing for was like a misdemeanor. So they thought, man, this is nothing. This is probably going to get thrown out. Like, it's a little misdemeanor. He's going to come out. So they was walking into this confident. Chud even came to the courtroom all smiles. He wasn't angry or sad as he usually is. Ain't no more puppy dog eyes in the beginning. Because he thought, man, I'm coming out. This is a misdemeanor. This is nothing.
Online streamer known as Chud the Builder is expected in a Nashville courtroom.
Jaxie is back in studio with us now to show us what's planned for today. Jaxie, good morning.
Nikel and Mark Dalton Etherly, a.k.a. Chud the Builder, is scheduled to appear in Davidson County today as he faces 3 misdemeanor charges stemming from an incident at a downtown Nashville hotel. Etherly, who is also facing separate felony charges in Montgomery County, is set for a preliminary hearing before Judge Melissa Blackburn in General Sessions Court. Court records show the Nashville cases include theft under $1,000, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest.
Oh,
the charges are from a May incident at Bob's.
I want all the racist people and people that agree with Chud the Builder to hear those things that woman just said. All of those charge that they have against him. What does that sound like to y'all? Doesn't that sound like a man chimping out? Him stealing, him resisting arrest, him. Well, doesn't that sound like him chipping out? Doesn't it? Don't it? So the Builder be talking about niggas chimping out, but he is the main one chimping out.
Steak and Chop House inside the Omni Hotel. Investigators say Etherly live streamed inside the restaurant after staff asked him not to, then refused to pay a more than $370 tab after being told to leave. At his last court appearance, a bench warrant was issued after he did not appear for a scheduled Davidson County hearing. We'll be following the hearing this morning to learn whether this case moves forward.
You couldn't tell them they wasn't having a good day, bruh. They was straight aura farming that courtroom. Chud walked in straight aura farming, bruh. Had the chains across his waist. His hands were shackled, but he had his hands positioned like this.
Oh, that nigga was doing the Andrew Tate pose. He was doing the Andrew Tate pose. He thought he was him, didn't he? He thought he was him. Oh, hell nah. You do the Andrew Tate pose, you gonna end up like him, bro. In jail. Anyway.
The evil villain in a movie, as if he was summoning ninjutsu. I said, look at this guy, bro. This dude who literally lived in a trailer park for the last 10 years. This racist trash is acting like he's some type of like sophisticated diplomat. Man, all right, bruh. But he got some bad news. So the first thing we found out is that bond is getting revoked.
Ooh,
that bond is getting revoked. Okay, not the $1 million bond, but the bond for the misdemeanor he was out on. That bond got revoked, meaning he got to stay in jail. And you know why they revoked his bond? Because they deem him a threat to society, as they should. As they should. As they.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if someone is deemed a threat to society and they were to somehow get out, wouldn't they have to like remain on house arrest? Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but if someone's labeled a threat to society and then they get out like maybe a month or 2 or 3 months later, wouldn't they have to like remain on house arrest? I don't know. I feel like that might be something.
Sure, man. See, when you commit crimes in this country, the good white man said they have the power to hold y'all if they want to, if they deem you are a threat to others. And as they should. He is a threat. All right? Now, it's a misdemeanor, okay? But you still have to prove that if you get released out on bond, you won't do harm to others. And how could they be so sure when you online, on X, on Twitter, on your live stream, you online saying that your grand finale is gonna be leaving a black man dead on the pavement?
Again, every streamer, and I said this in the Nina Lynn video that I just did, but I want to reiterate it here. Every streamer, content creator, but especially you crash out motherfuckers, you motherfuckers that think it's cool to antagonize people, whether it's black people, other POCs, people are part of the LGBTQ community, all of that shit. I want you to know the police, the cops, hell, maybe even the FBI, they are watching your streams. They are watching your shit. They watching your streams. They're watching your tweets. They watch all of that. So I just want y'all to know that, you know, just in case you get some hot water and you're like, you know what, bruh, man, I'm chilling. I'm good. Your digital footprint matters, bro. I hope you know that.
Listen, just said, huh? You want me to free you? Man, all right. Bro, stop wasting my time out here, man.
On influencer Chud the Builder will remain behind bars, accused of attempted murder and linked to dozens of violent videos online. Good evening and welcome to News 2 at 5. I'm Bob Mueller.
And I'm Haley Wilkes. News 2's Lexi Wilson explains what happened in a Davidson County courthouse this morning.
Dalton Etherly, better known as Chud the Builder, enters a Davidson County courtroom Wednesday. The social media influencer facing charges in Nashville after he refused to stop live streaming inside a restaurant at the Omni Hotel and then refused to pay. But the
I didn't even see that. So he refused to pay. So that's fucking crazy. One, this nigga's refusing to pay, refusing to. Ain't that like a form of stealing? I'm guessing he like ate some food or maybe might have stayed at the hotel and didn't pay. Very crazy. But also too, when an establishment tells you to stop recording or to stop streaming, listen to him. Like I used to vlog here and there and stuff like that. When establishments would tell me, oh yeah, we don't allow, you know, people recording in here, I'd be like, okay, cool, put the camera down. Simple. It is as simple as that. I don't know why some of y'all streamers think that it's just cool to record anywhere when niggas tell you to stop. Like, you gotta chill.
Hearing today mostly focused on a separate case in Montgomery County. Prosecutors played videos and reviewed social media posts made by Etherly, posted before the shooting outside the Montgomery County courthouse.
I know he was, I know I'm pausing a lot, but bro, I know he was looking at them reviewing his social media posts and all that. He was over there like, fuck, oh my God, I wish I didn't say this. I wish I wouldn't have done XYZ. But he probably wishes that he never made the Chud the Builder persona to begin with, because now that shit has landed him in jail.
Racist.
His freedom gone. His house gone. His family gone. His baby mama don't fuck with him, and she's changing her son's middle name or last name. Oh my God, like.
And violent.
So even social media would recognize what he's saying is improper? Yes, sir. And improper is a nice word, correct? Yes. All right.
Etherly is charged with attempted murder in that case. Etherly's attorney argued the court should consider threats his client receives online.
Mr. Etherly has made complaints about people making threats to him, correct? In fact, to the local sheriff's, well, I say local, we're in Davidson County, but to the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department, he's made several complaints, including people threatening to chop his infant son's head off.
In the end, the judge sided with
Again, those people saying those things, very horrible, very bad, very wrong. But this is the fan base that you kind of make when you do shit like what Chud the Builder has done. Now, I'm not saying it's right at all. That shit's horrible. And trust me, every content creator has gotten their slew of death threats. Hell, I've even had people tell me to take myself out of the game in comment sections before on this channel. So I feel like the court is gonna be like, I ain't gonna lie, that's just par for the course as a content creator. It's just gonna happen. People are gonna say very, very horrible things to you. You kind of gotta just take it on the chin, as much as it sucks. Because again, these people are on the internet. You're probably not gonna see them in real life, most likely.
prosecutors and revoked Etherly's Davidson County bond, citing concerns about the violent social media posts. Etherly's attorney filed a motion to dismiss the charges in Nashville, but that was not addressed today.
Mr. Etherly's looking at being held without bond on misdemeanors that he ought to have been cited for. And he's charged with a resisting arrest that I think even the state would capitulate as improper.
His next court appearance in Davidson County is set for June 25th. Etherly is also facing a $1 million bond in the Montgomery County shooting case.
Chud, you did bad, bruh. You did bad, man. You did horrendous, bro. You not getting out, man. Bro, get comfy. These idiots got another court date scheduled in 8 days on the 25th. And I'm like, why? They got a court date scheduled for them to figure out if the charges are getting dropped. So you want a court date scheduled in 8 days for these charges to get dropped. The charges that the judge just revoked bond on, are you crazy? In what world would a judge revoke bond in a misdemeanor case and then 8 days later dismiss the case? You have no chance, bro. It's over with. This, to me, is a common sense ruling. It's not even about whether or not we hate Chud, because we do hate Chud now, right? We do wish the worst on Chud now, but this is common sense. This man has made his entire content going around and harassing people. The world watched this take place.
And that's one of the main things that the courts are going to like use against him. Like, you were walking around harassing people. Yes, freedom of speech. Yeah. And I feel like that's what his lawyer might say, or his attorney. They might say, freedom of speech. You can say what you want, yada yada. But he was purposely going up to black people and saying these things. Hell, there are videos of this man from his streams of him going to the hoods of Tennessee, looking for black people in specific. So not only is he harassing people, it's targeted harassment. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that like falls under like a hate crime. It probably doesn't. But yeah, like no part of this man is like a saint or innocent or like, he was just using his freedom of speech. No, he was going around harassing people. That was his form of content, going around and harassing people.
People were begging authorities to step in and do something before somebody get hurt. Authorities sat back and allowed him to operate. Once they seen the consequences of his actions, they're now taking improper proto steps to protect everybody. I think the internet has completely desensitized us. Do we understand how absolutely wild what Chud did is? Chud was going around calling people the N-word with the hard R, live streaming it for profit. Then he came on his X account and said he's going to shoot and kill a black person and get away with it.
Fool. I was actually having a conversation with one of my friends about this, and I was like, yo, if Chud was to do this in like 2013, 2014, and I don't really know what live streaming platforms were around back then. The only one I can think of off the top of my head was like Josh TV or something. But if he was to do this on there, yo, the internet would have been on fire. Like a lot of people would have had way more harder think pieces about him, things of that nature. And maybe, just maybe, he probably would have been arrested a little sooner. But now in 2026, Poetic Flacco's right. People have gotten a little desensitized to it. So people saw this happening. They were like, yeah, it's crazy, but it's not that crazy. But really think about it. This man was walking around purposely targeting black people, saying slurs to them, saying the N-word with the hard ER to them, going to hoods looking for black people. And then his whole manifesto, his whole like thing he said on Twitter was, I'm going to end up shooting a black man at some point. Not out of like, oh, this black man's trying to hurt me. No, he's just thinking, oh yeah, with the line of work that I'm in, I might shoot a black person at this point. And how crazy is it that his line of work was going around and antagonizing people? That was his way of making money. Think about that for a second. Is that not fucking crazy?
And black people are gonna march. He then proceeds to follow up on that credible threat. Do you understand how wild that is from a judge perspective? This man is a menace. He can't be let back in society.
Yeah.
We got to do what we got to do to protect society. Can you imagine if Chud gets released and he's allowed to go back out there and run that same content again? The next time somebody is going to get hurt badly.
Yeah.
And there may not be survivors. And that's what I'm saying. We need to protect the world from Chud. Chud shouldn't be like put back out here, to shoot more people?
Not to mention, y'all already know what I say about people who are racist. I feel like it is a mental illness, but also, how mentally ill do you have to be to go around and do this shit? Let's think about that for a second. They let this man free. Think about all that he has done up to this point. Is this someone who's mentally sane? Is this someone who has a clear head? No. This nigga is mentally fucked up. Why would the judges, why would the courts let somebody who's mentally fucked up, somebody who harms somebody and harms people on a consistent basis, why would they let this nigga free? Why?
To now actually commit murder? No, hell nah, bro. Keep him in jail. Now, the detective actually testified, and he blew a hole in Chud's case. So he testified because he reviewed the footage. Now, when he reviewed the footage, he says, listen, this is not self-defense for clear and obvious reasons.
Happening now, the controversial online streamer known as Chud the Builder is making an appearance in a Nashville courtroom. Dalton Etherly faces 3 misdemeanor charges stemming from a May incident at Bob's Steak and Chop House inside the Omni Hotel. Investigators say Etherly live streamed inside the restaurant after staff asked him not to, then refused to pay. Etherly also faces separate felony charges in Montgomery County for a shooting investigation. During Etherly's court appearance, one investigator on the stand recalled the shooting.
Shots are shown to be fired prior to them hitting the ground.
Shots are being shown to have been fired prior to that?
Holy shit.
And how do we know that?
I can see, or in the courthouse video, it shows the casing ejecting from the firearm. It also shows the ricochet off the concrete planter.
Okay.
Prior to them hitting the ground.
So Mr. Fox hadn't been hit at that point, correct? If you're seeing a ricochet in one casing.
I would assume so.
The judge denied Etherly's release today, citing violent posts he's made on social media. Etherly is also facing a $1 million bond in the Montgomery County case.
That puts such a big hole in their self-defense case. That's so important. You know why that's important? Because the narrative online, any one of these commentators, he was taking Chud to the ground. Chud had to shoot him. I mean, you can't take somebody to the ground. I mean, the ground's the most dangerous position. They were saying that time after time after time after time. But with this, what this tells us is, hold on. Joshua Fox was already shot. See, Chud walked up to Joshua Fox, antagonized Joshua Fox, and started an issue. Joshua Fox responded back with Chud by standing up and saying, yo, stop calling me a slur. Chud walked off. Joshua Fox said, yo, don't call me a Chud. Chud turned back around and said, or what? Joshua Fox took off on him after Chud says, or what? Stop chimping out. He took off on him. He socked him. Chud could have very well socked Joshua Fox back or take off, leave, retreat. Chud put out a gun and shot.
Fire. He upped fire.
That's not self-defense, bro. You antagonized the conflict, call that man a slur. The man punched you. You had an option to punch him back or retreat, and you choose to shoot him. So this narrative...
And doesn't Chud keep like pepper spray on him? You could have pepper sprayed this nigga. Now, I don't know if he would have probably still gone to jail for that. I don't think so. But we would be talking about completely different shit if you just pepper sprayed this nigga. But no, you upped fire on him. Vicious work.
That Chud had to shoot him because he was taking Chud to the ground and he had Chud in a headlock. No, the headlock came after Chud already fired the gun.
Ooh.
So Chud is cooked. It's over with. It's done, brother. Y'all dummies really admitted this. Man, all right, bro. Good luck, bro. Chud is fried. Chud is cooked, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section, man.
Shout out to Puerto Flaco for this video. I ain't even gonna hold you, man. It's looking grim. It's looking grim, bro. And I want to say in this end card, let this be a lesson for all content creators, but mainly you motherfuckers that think it's cool to antagonize people, not even on like a racist level, just on like an anybody level. Bro, please know the cops, the FBI, your own city's government, they are watching your streams. Your digital footprint more than ever in 2026 matters. The reason why Chud isn't out right now in the streets is because they saw this nigga's post saying, oh man, at some point I'm gonna fucking shoot a black man or something. I'm paraphrasing. I don't know exactly what he said because I haven't seen that tweet in like a month or so. But they looked at that tweet and said, oh yeah, this nigga's a danger to society. Keep him in there. And this all stems back to things that this nigga was saying on the internet. So to every content creator, your digital footprint matters. And if you don't treat it as such, you gonna end up fucked up. Now I'm not talking about like the content creators that like tell their stories online and it's like, oh yeah, I was gooning and this, that, and the. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like people like Chud or people who just go around and like antagonize people or say very, very crazy things on the internet. Maybe slow down on doing that shit, because some point somehow you get yourself in some legal trouble. The first thing the courts are doing is looking at your digital footprint. Let me know what you think about this in the comments though. Love y'all so much. Marso Mafia the gang, Marso Mob the squad. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Peace.